many positions held. In fact, it started as information minister, then became minister for tourism, then subsequently became an ambassador. Well, of all those positions, which one did you enjoy the most?
Which one was peaceful? You must say.
Information ministry, I know, will never be peaceful.
I enjoyed tourism, and ambassador to Czech was peaceful.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No, so the ambassador position was the most peaceful one.
I had peace of mind, and I did a lot of projects as ambassador too. So, yeah, but with tourism minister, I really enjoyed it. I love tourism, so I enjoyed it.
Great. We will come to the NDC manifesto and some of the things on offer when it comes to tourism. Information they didn't.
Oh, information was okay. It's just that the landmines were a lot.
The landmines?
Yes.
Mini traps.
Young woman, media didn't like me.
The media didn't. That was quite that. So that was an interesting period for you.
Yeah.
It was like a baptism of fire.
Where from this young woman, 33 years, they thought I was insane. But
there are those who say at the information ministry, your job is to sometimes defend things that you really don't want to defend.
Well, that is true, but then you also have to put across the policies of your government and let people know what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think at the ministry, I came up with the People Must Know project, where we did documentaries for people to know what we were doing. And then we had the weekly press briefings. We had the at the director levels of the Ministry of Information, we had the people who were putting out information, also the information vans to take out the information. But mostly people think that you should come out there and lie. So when that doesn't happen, even your own party people will come after you.
That's why I said the landmines were playing.
And I really don't know how to lie. So
yeah. Oh. So when we moved to tourism, it was
a relief. It was a relief.
Because for a lot of people, they felt that we were being moved from a lot of action to little action.
Oh no, tourism is a third exchange earner for the country.
Okay.
It's just that we have underestimated our tourism.
Okay.
All other countries take tourism serious. Like for instance, Dubai. When I first went to Dubai, it wasn't as developed as this. Dubai they don't have oil. They don't have anything. Sorry, they have oil, but they don't have all the natural resources that we do have. So apart from their oil, what they have next is tourism. Yeah. And they've built Dubai on tourism. Now, Dubai is a go-to place for everyone. Yeah. You see, even in Nevada, for instance, Las Vegas, it's run on tourism. It's known as the entertainment center of the world. So in Las Vegas, the residents of Las Vegas don't even pay state tax because they use tourism to develop the state. Okay. So tourism is very important. So imagine in Ghana, for instance, where we have tourists coming in, right from the airport tax you pay, and tickets, airfares to Ghana is very expensive compared to other countries because of the taxes on the tickets. So if you buy a ticket, for instance, it's $5,000 for business class. I'm just mentioning these figures, $5,000 for business class. When you look at the ticket itself from the airline is maybe $2,000. Okay. The rest of it is taxes from Ghana. So Ghana is making all this money on
making more than the airlines.
On all the taxes. You can, when you buy a ticket, next time you buy an airplane ticket, just look at the taxes that you are paying. When you get to the Kotoka, you start paying the restaurants. We see with tourism, you don't really see it, but the restaurants that people visit, people come here on business tourism, where they come and do business. They sleep in hotels. Our hotels are one of the most expensive ones in the world. Because minimum hotel you get, a good hotel would be $300 if you want to be comfortable. I'm not talking about budget hotels like the small ones around, but I'm talking about maybe Kempinski, Holiday Inn, which no longer exists, all the big ones. Minimum is $300. which is very high compared to other places. Because in other places you can get a hotel for like $100, and a comfortable hotel, beautiful, nice hotel, Hilton, for $100 or $120. So we make money from all these businesses, and then the eateries, the restaurants. So tourism is what really changes our economy, but we really don't see the value of it. In Kenya also thrives on tourism through their safaris. It's the dream of a lot of Americans to go to Kenya to go and see the wild animals. When from airports to restaurants to hotel to taxi, is all bringing you foreign exchange because people change money.
I see. Well, I'll come back to that. Like I said, that's an interesting explanation of even the chain from the airport all the way down to the hospitality. Yes. But I'll come back to that because you clearly enjoy that ministry and the opportunity and of course the potential there for Ghana. But let me start from where you, as a Minister for Information, you did a lot of press encounters.
Yes.
I guess then you must have been interested in watching the Vice President Dr. Bawumia. It was the first time he was doing something of that sort.
Yes.
Facing off with the press, answering questions. He said a lot of things. When you were in government, he said so much. He accused your government of virtual incompetence and many things. He never had to face the press for that. First time he was facing the press. Were you impressed?
Well, you see, as my president will say, he ratatatatatatatata. He talks a lot, and when they brought him, he came with the background that I'm the economic messiah. He would rattle and rattle and rattle, people will be clapping. In fact, he fooled everybody because of the way he was packaged.
Okay,
because he was a good talker. He came up with 170 questions and threw it at His Excellency Ebisa Arthur that, look, I'm giving you 170 questions. Come and answer them. And in politics, perception is everything. Perception is everything. So once Bawumia came out with all the theories and throwing questions around and with all his rhetorics, he would come up with the rhetorics. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. All those are rhetorics. You see? So people kind of moved towards that and said, well, he seems to know what he's talking about. And I think that the weakness of most Ghanaians is that we don't really look into things when it's thrown at us. Okay. So, especially our media. So instead of maybe some of the things, they call it fact check. Instead of the media going the extra mile to fact check some of the things he was saying, we left it like that. And it became for him something that he climbed on to become who he is now. But after 8 years of being in power, we have seen that he's really empty. He has nothing to offer. All he knows is theory and rhetorics. What is happening right now is that, and you see, God has a way of exposing people. When we launched our manifesto on Saturday, they wanted to take the shine off our manifesto so that our message would not go. Then they quickly also organized a press encounter on the next day. Because the beginning of the week is the start of all the news. Yes. So he knew that Monday the NDC manifesto would go, but he wanted to outshine us, and they did it on Sunday. What happened? God shamed him. Instead of his message going out there, look at how he's being ridiculed. Because look, he was asked basic questions. Are you aware that Cocoa Board is collapsing? He says he's not aware. Bawumia seemed to not have been aware of anything that is happening in government. For 8 years, Bawumia has been vice president. So if Bawumia is saying that after 8 years, he's not aware of things happening in his own cabinet, including budget that is taken to parliament, then I don't know what he's doing. And he calls himself the driver's mate. As a driver's mate, you should learn from the driver. But here Bawumia is telling us that he does not know what is happening in government. It means that he has failed as a mate. Because as a driver's mate, you should learn. You see, it's like apprenticeship. When you go, you learn. So after 8 years, you pass that you pass the trade, and then in our local settings, hairdressing settings and stuff, they will do a little party for you and say that, oh, now she's qualified to come and do a client's hair by herself. But from what I heard on Sunday, Bawumia hasn't passed his apprenticeship. He hasn't passed it because he says he does not know what is going on in government. So how, if he doesn't know what is going on in government as vice president, how is he going to tackle the problems that we are facing as a country? People are suffering. People's businesses have collapsed. People's businesses have collapsed. The taxes on people's businesses. I was speaking to a businessman last week, and he was telling me that when he makes 40,000 cedi sales, the taxes he pays is about 10,000 Ghana cedis. So he pays a quarter of his sales. That is not profit. I'm talking about sales to government. So it's choking them, and the business is collapsing. So Bawumia, who is saying that he doesn't know what's happening in government, to the extent that even the budget that was sent this year, he said he doesn't know what is in there. Then what is he doing as a driver's mate? If we make the mistake of giving this country, putting it in his hands, he's just going to crash the vehicle. He hasn't passed as a driver's mate. And the driver himself, you see, there's something we call driver banza. If you are learning driving from someone, that driver must be a good driver. That's why we go to driving school. So that you know that that person is licensed to be able to teach you how to drive. But look at how the driver currently, who is in charge of our country, Nanado, has taken us downhill into a ditch. Look at how he has treated the economy. Look at how he has treated education. Look at how he has treated healthcare. When it comes to healthcare, Nanado promised us that he was going to build 111 hospitals. Till date, he hasn't even promised one. He hasn't even built one. They promised to build 350 senior high schools. Till date, haven't seen any senior high school that has been built. So the driver himself, he has destroyed the country. He has destroyed the economy. The loans that Nanado has taken since he became president for the past 8 years is more than any other loan that any government from Nkrumah's time have taken as a government. So if you are learning if you say you are a driver's mate and the driver himself doesn't know how to drive, then where are you taking us? And the funny part is, Bawumia says that they are going to upgrade. They should vote for him so that he comes to upgrade. Yes. Upgrade what? What is Bawumia coming to upgrade? Is he coming to upgrade poverty? Is he coming to upgrade when you get to Kolebu, they will tell you that there's no bed, so go back home and die? What's he coming to upgrade? Is he coming to upgrade bad roads? What is Bawumia coming to upgrade? There's nothing to upgrade. I have a personal philosophy that I use in my life. When I'm doing something and I feel that it's not going well, irrespective of how much I have invested in that project, I let it go and then I cut my losses. Instead of going for it to make more losses, I cut my losses and move on and do what is good for do what is good for me. As a country, we have to cut our losses with this MPP government. Okay. They have caused so much damage. Look at the banking sector cleanup they did. They said the banking, those banks were costing government $9 million or $9 billion or Ghana cedis. I'm not sure whether it's dollars. 9 million cedis. Yeah. Yet they used 27 million cedis to do the banking sector cleanup. So the banks that were closed, look at Park Kwesi Ndum's banks, Dufour's banks. The number of people that came home unemployed, some of them turned into bank managers who later on became kebab sellers. They became Uber drivers. People who had worked all their lives and made something of themselves, gone to school, gone up the ladder of their profession as bankers, now brought down low to become Uber drivers because they had to make ends meet. I saw there was a video of one who was now selling pork, So Bawumia, there's nothing to upgrade. I would plead with Ghanaians to give His Excellency John Mahama the chance to come and reset the country. I've seen that they are making fun of the word reset.
And we'll come to that. I'll ask you a question about that. But talking about Bawumia's record, and we'll go back to the press encounter. This was his response when they asked him, would you apologize after 7 years? Look at the state, the conditions of the people, and you certainly have to apologize. He says, no. When you look at, this is a quote, when you look at how we are changing Ghana, and you look at the performance of the economy before we came into office, we are doing much better across virtually every sector than the man who wants to come back. So I am very proud of my record. I am very proud of it. He certainly disagrees. He says that they are doing far better than you did when you were in office.
Okay, so now you see, this is the problem I've always had with Bawumia and the MPP. In 2016, they came and campaigned against the NDC that they were going to be better managers of the economy. They were going to make people's lives better. They were going to improve people's lives. People gave them the chance in 2016. We are in what? 2024, 2017, 18, 19, 20. 8 years after. 8 years after. Every time Bawumia gets the mic or mounts the podium, he still compares it to John Mahama. And Ghanaians haven't questioned it. 8 years. He's been in power for 8 years. The opposition back in 2016 that you said you were better than. What are you still comparing? He should not be comparing. He should be telling us that this is what I have achieved. Not that, I'm better manager of the economy than John Mahama. No. Tell us what you have done within the 8 years that you told people that you were going to be better, that this is what I have done. Bawumia doesn't take accountability for anything. If he does, he wouldn't say that he doesn't know what happens in his own cabinet. The things that he agrees to, because anything that comes out as a policy has to be agreed to by the people that sit in cabinet, and he's a member of the cabinet. So the Bawumia has no sense of accountability. He thinks that he can get away with rhetorics. That's what he's known for. So when he comes to say it, Ghanaians are kind, they will listen to him and believe him. But I want Ghanaians to wake up and see Bawumia for who he is, that he's taking them for granted. And it's about time they said to themselves, enough is enough. In 2024, you shouldn't be comparing your government to 2016. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be telling us what he has done.
Why not? Because his major contender is someone who's been in government before. So why wouldn't he put his record against that?
Well, it looks like they think they are still in opposition. That's the point I'm making. He thinks he's still in opposition, so he's still comparing his current record to 2016. We should be the ones doing what he's doing. But Bawumia thinks he's in opposition, so he will come and make promises and say that I'm better than John Mahama. So you will give me the chance and let me come, and I'll do this, I'll do that. No. Bawumia should be telling us that since we took power, we have built 50 hospitals more than John Mahama did. Not telling us that he's a better manager of the economy more than John Mahama. Show us why you think that you are better than John Mahama. So I can sit here as a former appointee of John Mahama and say that John Mahama built the UGMC hospital. When we built it, they said it was Photoshop. They refused for the first 2 years to open it until COVID hit us. And when COVID hit us, that's where all of them ministers who got COVID went for treatment. So I can point that if you go to Ridge Hospital, which is a very modern hospital, it was built by John Mahama. I can say UGMC was built by John Mahama. I can say Bank of Ghana Hospital was built by John Mahama. Circle Dubai was built by John Mahama. I have things to point. And so what Bawumia, as a man in government, should be doing is that, oh, I'm better than John Mahama because I have also built 100 senior high schools since we've been in power. Not saying that I'm just saying that I'm a better manager of the economy doesn't make you a better manager of the economy. Look, Kufuor said something in 2008, 2007 or something, and he said, Shawasitinem Natu Abapa. You can come and shout, I'm a better manager of the economy all you like. But people know what goes on in their lives. They feel the hardship. They know that as an economist that you said you were, you have failed them. People are suffering. People are suffering. So when Bawumia takes the mic and says that I'm better than John Mahama, he should tell us that when John Mahama was in power in 2016, full of petrol was 14 cedis, but now it's 7 cedis. That's when I will believe him that Bawumia is better than John Mahama. But not when John Mahama in power in 2016, petrol was 14 cedis, and I'm now paying 70 cedis for a gallon of petrol. Then you are not a better manager of the economy than John Mahama. Not when John Mahama handed over the exchange rate of dollar at 3.8 in 2016 to you, and today, just yesterday, I changed a dollar for a 16.1. For $1, 16. I changed it. Go out there and change it. 16.1. So when Bawumia is saying that he is better than John Mahama and he's a better person than John Mahama, he should stop comparing himself to John Mahama because he hasn't reached where John Mahama has reached. John Mahama is way ahead of him. He should humble himself and apologize to the people of Ghana. He needs to humble himself. He has failed. Why is Bawumia not able to speak about the economy again? He and his vice running mates, they have turned into dancing jackals. All they do is they go and stand on stage and they dance Fiano. That's all they do. That's all they dance to.
Dancing jackals.
Yes, comedians. They are not able to speak about the economy because he knows that when he dares speak about the economy, he will be exposed. And that's what happened at his own press media briefing. That is what happened. When Belamundi asked him, are you going to apologize for the state of the economy? He said he hasn't done anything wrong.
But he said he's been doing drone delivery service.
Which drone delivery? We have been spending money on drone delivery. Have you seen any drone delivery service? It is our money that is being given to some fictitious company somewhere.
And gold for oil.
Which gold for oil? If the gold for oil is working, why is fuel prices still going up? Because that was the essence for which he brought the gold for oil, that it was going to stabilize the prices of oil. Okay? But why is it not so? So the good news is that our vice president, our president John Mahama, he says he's going to bring in policies that is going to support and cushion oil prices, so that our petrol prices will not be jumping up and down the way it is. It's in our manifesto. And we have done it before. You know, NDC, we have the track record. It's not, we are not the kind of party that when we come and talk, we don't implement. Whatever John Mahama said he was going to do, he did. He did. And so if John Mahama says that he's going to put in policies that is going to cushion I think it's a oil recovery levy or something. Yeah. He said he's going to reintroduce it so that the price of oil would stabilize for consumers and citizens. You know, because as it is now, if we are not careful, petrol prices would get to 100 Ghana a gallon from 14 cedis. So when Bawumia is comparing himself to John Mahama, and I want Ghanaians to open their minds and listen to what I'm saying. If Bawumia is comparing himself to John Mahama and saying he's better than John Mahama, he should tell us that a gallon of petrol is now 7 cedis or 5 cedis from 14 cedis that John Mahama left it. Those are the things I want to hear. Not just coming to speak, rah, 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 rah. And then when he's put on the spot, then he starts saying,
Well, I'll ask you about one more thing, because this is and you'll be talking about upgrade versus reset.
Okay.
You are asking, what are you coming to upgrade? Now, you in the NDC are of the opinion that reset is what is needed. Why? And why the word resetting? And how different is that from upgrade?
Upgrade means you are going forward from where you are right now. Okay, so I'm using an iPhone 15. Okay, this is a 13.
Okay.
So I upgraded to 15.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes. But with reset, you have a problem at hand. And the problem must be looked at. You cannot stand in the problem or stay in the problem and say that I'm continuing. Okay, it's like you are traveling on the road, and there's a bad road filled with water, and you have to get through it. If you go through that road, either your car will get stuck, you have to spend so much money to get a towing truck, if you are lucky to even pull you out if they can, or you might continue the travel and then you go and fall in a ditch that you don't see ahead. So at that point where you find yourself in a mess or in a ditch or on a bad road that is going to kill you, you stop. And then you find alternative routes. And then you reset and move on. You don't continue. We find ourselves in a position where the country is going down. You don't continue that path and just go on promises and saying that, oh, when I come, I'll do this, I won't do that, I'll do that. No. When you yourself cause that problem. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sena? No. So we need someone who is coming to, look at it from a different angle. And that person is John Mahama. He is not part of this rot that has been caused in the past 8 years. So when John comes, he's going to sit down and look at some of the policies that have not helped us. So, for instance, he says that he's going to get rid of some of the draconian taxes that have been imposed on us by this government. An example is the betting tax on the youth. The youth are all unemployed. They don't have jobs. But somehow they make small money from this betting. Now you have imposed a 10% tax on it. They are not happy about it. It's a form of hardship for them. Another tax that he says he's going to get rid of is the e-levy. We brought in the e-levy and got rid of the road tolls. Yes. But we are being told that the road tolls is going to be reintroduced. So you see, this government, they keep lying. They hogwashed us with, we are getting rid of road tolls and introducing e-levy. And then after the e-levy came to stay, they are saying that, oh, we are not getting enough money from it, so we are going to reintroduce road tolls. But John Mahama says he's going to get rid of the e-levy so that you can send your money. Look, the e-levy is not small. Imagine sending 10,000 Ghana cedis to someone on Mumu. The percentage that you have to pay is a lot of money. And then he will also get rid of the emissions tax. So the emission tax is, if people don't know, they are paying for the smoke that comes out of the back of their vehicles. Yeah. So you are paying for that. And he's going to also remove import duties on equipments for industrial and agro purposes. So he's going to put in measures that is going to reset the economy. There are companies that are leaving this country because of the taxes that is killing them. Senna, in 2017, I brought in a car. The cost of the car was like 15,000. Okay. But the taxes I paid, import duties and taxes I paid to remove it was more than 15,000. So the real value of the vehicle on the market, if you are looking for that car, is a Mercedes GL 450. The real value of the car per the year is, let's say, 15,000. But once it gets to Ghana, the value doubles, not because that's the real value of the car, but because of the taxes and the import duties. So now the price of the car, not the value of the car, has gone up. So the price of the car has doubled, but the value of the car still remains the same. So these are some of the people who import stuff. They are crying. if you look at the taxes on import duties, you cry. Can you believe that on, for instance, NHIL, there's VAT, there's a portion that says VAT on NHIL. On COVID tax, there's a portion that says, so you pay VAT, you pay NHIL, and then on NHIL, there's VAT on NHIL. And then on COVID tax, there's COVID tax, VAT on COVID tax. That is different from the general VAT that you pay. Why? The duplicity is too much. One income, one salary that you make in this country, you have to pay so much multiple taxes that are all duplicate, and it's killing people. And that is what JM is saying, that when he comes, he will have a look at these draconian taxes, so that importers who live abroad and bring in cars and stuff will be able to do their business peacefully. Now you can't buy a vehicle if you don't have a certain amount of money because of the taxes. And it's very bad. It's very bad. The system is spoiled. The economy is spoiled. And we need a reset. Who best to do a reset? Somebody who is not part of this current rot. Bawumia cannot do a reset because Bawumia is not innocent of this rot. He's a major part of this rot.
In fact, this morning, I think I was showing you the newspaper report where the running mate of the New Patriotic Party says, as far as it's concerned, this understanding of the reset you are promising is that then you're coming to reverse virtually everything they've done over the period, including, he's mentioned free SHS.
Yeah. As
one. That if you're resetting, then you're also resetting Ghana back into doom so.
You see, but Napo, with all due respect, ever since he was appointed as the vice presidential candidate, has shown himself to be very empty.
Empty?
Yes, empty. Every time Napo opens his mouth, I don't know whether he mischievously does it intentionally or that's how he talks, because I don't know him personally. But from afar, I think when Napo keeps quiet, it creates a certain aura around him that he's okay.
When he's quiet.
When he's quiet. But when he talks, it doesn't make sense. What he's talking about, what, Doomso?
Yes.
That Napo has guts to talk about Doomso. It was John Mahama who bit the bullet and corrected Doomso. All the insults, John Mahama going out of power was because of Doomso. But by the time we left power, Doomso had been corrected. How many megawatts has Napo? How many megawatts did Napo add as energy minister to the current electricity setup that we have? And under Napo we had Doomso, terrible Doomso, at a point he even told us that when people were requesting for timetable, yeah, he told us that we should go and create our own timetable, and people started posting their own timetable online. So he has no right to talk about Doomso. He has no right. And he said what? Reset means that going...
You're scrapping free SHS.
You see, that's what I'm saying, that they have no message. So they are good. What the MPP is very good at is propaganda. And they will twist words. They are good at twisting the words of everything that we say as a party. They are very good at it. In 2020, when John Mahama said that he was going to review SHS, they told Ghanaians that review meant cancel. Yeah. This is a typical example of what Napo is doing. And then later on, they themselves came out to say that the SHS needs to be reviewed. But when they say review, they don't see it as review means cancel. But when we say review, all of a sudden, their dictionary gets lost and review means cancel. Reset does not mean cancel. In our manifesto, we have said point blank. So before, my fellow Ghanaians, before anyone comes to lie to you that reset means cancelling of senior high school, let them give you, show you why. We have the evidence there. It's in our manifesto. We have stated that we are going to keep senior high school free education. We are maintaining it. And I think that I've even heard His Excellency say that we would even pass it into law when we come, so that no government will be able to change free SHS, because it's in our constitution. And if you recall, Senna, in 2012 was when John Mahama proposed free SHS. That was when he started building the senior high schools. And he proposed that we were going to implement an article in our constitution that said that we have to progressively move senior high school to be free. So we started with a free daycare senior high school, and we started building the community e-blocks for secondary schools. Okay. So that was the plan. And then in 2016, Nanado took that idea, and there's even a news article of Nanado commending John Mahama for the free SHS idea in 2012. I posted it on my wall. If you're listening to me, you can go back to my wall, go and see that. It was posted, I think, by City FM and Ghana Web or something, I'm not sure. So Nanado even commended John Mahama for that idea of free SHS. So someone who proposed free SHS in 2012 and started putting the infrastructure in place towards progressive free SHS, how is he going to cancel it? John Mahama has no intention of cancelling free SHS. And whoever tells you that reset means cancelling or review means cancelling is a lie. What they did with the free SHS was that they implemented it haphazardly. Look, when free SHS started, we were all here. We saw how the students couldn't get furniture to sit on. Some of them were sitting on blocks. And Ghanaians should cast their minds back. And it was these same e-blocks that John Mahama built that became useful to this policy of free SHS. So what we are saying is that when we come, we will keep free SHS, but we will make it better. We will put in place a very a dedicated fund that is going to take care of free SHS, whereby providers of food and other facilities will not come and say that, oh, I haven't been paid for food that I supplied, so I'm not going to supply food to the kids anymore. So there's going to be a dedicated fund for free SHS. Okay. We are also going to continue with the free laptops that we started. If you recall, we started free laptops when we were in power. We're giving every student free laptop. We're going to continue with that. What we are going to abolish is the double track. Okay. The double track, I saw one very ignorant MPP PC. Every time she talks, she also speaks ignorantly. She says for someone who says coming to do 24-hour economy, we are going to cancel double track. It's very, very ignorant. I bet her children don't attend double track. You see, that we all attended. I attended school in Ghana. We used to do 3 terms a year of 3 months. So you do 3 terms, you come home December, Christmas, and then Christmas, Easter, and summer, and July, summer. But now we have a situation where, because of lack of infrastructure, the kids some go for 3 weeks. My nephew, who went to Form 1, went December 3rd and came home December 16th for Christmas, and that was one semester, not 1 term. He went back again in April or May, and he finished Form 1. He's going to Form 2 now. What has this boy learned? He hasn't learned anything. So his parents are paying for vacation classes for him to make up for what government is not. And why is that so? Because of the double track. Because there's no infrastructure. And because there's no infrastructure in place, which this government they have failed abysmally to provide infrastructure for the free the SHS that they are implementing. we are having this double track problem. So how are we going to solve it? The mama says when he comes, all the E-blocks that he built that have been left to rot in the bushes, he's going to complete them. He's going to build more infrastructure. There's something that we call Furniture for All initiative. So he's going to make sure that local carpenters, they build furniture for our schools so that kids will not have to sit on blocks. You see, if you have a child in school sitting on block, I mean, what are they going to learn? When their age mates in private schools are sitting in air-conditioned classrooms, they have laptops that they are using to study. When their age mates abroad are learning far ahead of them, they don't even have books to write on. They are sitting on blocks. How are these kids, future leaders that we are bringing up, how are they going to compare with children abroad? Or even our children that attend private schools? How are they going to compare? They can't compare. Because their minds have not been developed like that. They've been told to accept whatever is given them, so they accept sitting on blocks. They will not be able to continue to be timid. So when we say that we are going to reset education, we are resetting in terms of infrastructure. We have done it before. MPP, I think it was what was this man's name? The man who said they would build 350 senior high schools in 18 months. He's one of their communication leaders.
350 senior high school in 18 months.
Yes. I'll look for it. Forgotten his name.
It wasn't Dr. Kamia himself.
No, he used to be the MP for Kaikwe Central.
Okay, Nana Kumia.
Yes. Hold on. He said they would build 350 senior high schools in
18 months.
18 months.
350.
Yes. How many have they built so far? Let me get the name right. But I think it was him.
I believe that's Nana Kumia.
Yeah.
Yes, if you say Okaikwe, yes, Nana Kumia has been one of the leading faces of the MPP communications for a long time. So
when you have them saying that they are going to build 350 senior high schools in 18 months that they have not even built one. How dare they say that reset means cancelling? No. We are maintaining senior high school. We are only going to make it better. Like I said, look, when they changed the syllabus, Senna, do you remember?
Yes.
They changed the syllabus. What happened?
Vividly, the curriculum, they changed the entire curriculum.
They changed it. What happened? There were no textbooks. There were no textbooks. The kids went for years, maybe 3-4 years, before the textbooks came. How do you change? And the Minister of Education, he really surprises me because he has a private charter school in California. And the American education, you can't play with them like that. But this man has come to Ghana and he's messed up our education.
Yes?
Yes, he has. He has. So now, if you have a child who goes to school for 3 weeks and that serves as a semester, has he not messed your child's education? When your child is supposed to remain in school for 5 months, and your child only goes for 3 weeks and comes back home, and that serves as a semester, goes another 2 months and comes back, and that serves as a whole year. And then at the end of the year, they find one of their cronies, order past questions from them, pay $33 million to that person, and buy past questions for the kids to go and learn the past questions and pass their senior high school WAEC exams. Is that not sad? Napo himself, he was Minister for Education.
Yeah.
He was minister. How many school blocks did he build? Napo wants to be vice president. I'm asking him, how many school blocks did Napo build? How many megawatts of energy did he add to our supply since he became Minister of Energy? So if I were him, I'll keep quiet. I'll be quiet and keep dancing to Makuma. This is Ifia, I should keep dancing to that.
Well, our guest today is Amb Zita Benson. Well, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll ask her what her takeaway from the manifesto is, the policy that excites her the most.
Okay.
But before we do that, do you want to star your kids here to give them that awesome and confident look? Then contact Goldie Kids Salon and Playroom.